WTO is associated with long talks, various tariffs, customs quotas, imports and exports, as well as with other terms which our consumers sometimes do not understand. The task of WTO market program is to break all the barriers between buyers and sellers because we know everything about the prices.
How does the real estate market impact the demand for household appliances? Prepare the air conditioner in winter and heater in summer. What things are most in demand in high season? And how the WTO affected the market of household appliances? Laziness is a force for progress. For this very reason, humankind invents more and more devices that facilitate life and save time. For instance, smart home systems where every detail is thought out no longer surprise us. Even household appliances became smarter. For example, the content of contemporary refrigerators can be seen without opening the door through a display. Moreover, by means of a voice request, we can get informed about weather and latest news, listen to the radio, and even order missing products thanks to a special application developed by a company manufacturer of smart appliances. Many manufacturers interlinked mobile applications and smart home systems long ago. For example, switching a washing machine or a vacuum cleaner became possible via the internet. Recently, a washing machine capable of talking the same language with its owner hit the market. It can listen and understand orders and answer them thanks to a mobile application. 2 years ago, sellers of household appliances in Kazakhstan noted drop in sales. It was explained first of all by the global financial instability, which also affected purses of Kazakhstani consumers. Nowadays, retailers feel optimistic and say that the growing real estate market positively affected their business. Currently, the market of household appliances is demonstrating intensive growth. We can observe this tendency during the last 2 years. We explain this by rapid construction and commissioning of houses. As a result, people are pushed to buy household appliances and furnish their flats. According to Almaty Regional Financial Center, over the last 3 years, the estimated use of household appliances in Kazakhstan has been as follows. In 2015, the demand amounted to 6,389,000 items. In 2016, this figure dropped to 5 million. As of 2017, the expected use of household appliances is 4,246,000 items. Experts relate these statistics to price movements. In fact, about 98% of household appliances are delivered to Kazakhstan from abroad. Of course, it depends on prices of suppliers, logistics, storage and maintenance costs. We also need to unload goods and shelve them. This also affects the price. The demand varies depending on the season. For instance, in summer, most of residents of Kazakhstan buy refrigerators and air conditioners, in winter heaters, and at the beginning of the school year, the increased demand for laptops can be observed. Therefore, to avoid running out of needed appliances, experts recommend us to plan such purchases in good time. Neither buyers nor retailers felt fundamental changes from the accession of Kazakhstan to the WTO. However, retailers strongly believe that benefits from cooperation with the World Trade Organization will not be late in coming. The domestic business is optimistic and prepared both for competition and acceptance of new regulations. We do not feel any changes yet. Our partners and suppliers have opened their offices here, and this facilitates our work. Along with that, taxes on some goods have decreased. In any case, it should have a positive impact on purchasing power, and I think that the market of household appliances and electronics will be demonstrating positive dynamics. White goods, refrigerators, washing machines, dishwashers, cooktops and many other things are especially popular among residents of Kazakhstan. The research conducted by GfK T-Max company showed that in the first quarter of the expiring year, this sector demonstrated a 26.3% growth.
Если говорить о развитии вообще,
in general, the market of household appliances in Kazakhstan demonstrates a 20 to 25% growth. I think that these figures are self-explanatory. The number of shops is increasing by 15% annually.
количество магазинов примерно прирастает на 15% в год.
According to experts, preferences to household appliances are changing along with growth of well-being. For comparison, earlier people chose mainly cheaper goods. Nowadays, they are focused on quality. Along with that, there is a growing demand for built-in appliances.
Тенденция есть, она очень интересная. Если, например,
We can see a very interesting trend. For instance, 10 years ago there was a higher demand for solo or freestanding appliances. But nowadays, more than 70% of our sales are built-in appliances. In other words, we are approaching to European standards. This trend also refers to kitchen appliances.
это вот такой основной тренд.
Selection of a manufacturer is another market trend. For reference, several years ago, residents of Kazakhstan mainly chose appliances of German, Russian or Korean origin. But nowadays, a growing interest to Chinese brands can be observed. Appliances produced in Kazakhstan are also gaining popularity. Still, their number is not yet so large.
У нас исторически пользуются спросом это корейские товары.
Historically, people in our country prefer goods from Russia and the US. Since recently, we can see a growing confidence towards Chinese manufacturers. We also sell goods of a domestic producer. It's a factory located in Almaty. Currently, this is the only manufacturer, but I think that domestic output will be increasing from year to year.
Пока это один, но я думаю, что с каждым годом рост отечественного производства будет увеличиваться.
Household appliances from China are already pushing out Japanese manufacturers. This trend is noted by international analysts. First of all, because Chinese entrepreneurs started to buy up facilities in Japan. Rising cost of labor force in China is another factor that negatively affects Japanese manufacturers. Thus, some time ago, salaries in China were much lower than now, and many Japanese companies moved their plants there. Generally speaking, along with the market of household appliances, this tendency is observed in other industries. Experts distinguish a number of criteria for selection of household appliances produced in China to avoid going wrong with quality-price ratio. Firstly, the product manufacturer should not conceal its country of origin. Such brands have their own production facilities that allow to manufacture appliances of high quality. Secondly, household appliances labeled "Made in China" are quite popular in European countries as well as in the US and China. Thirdly, the brand name should not resemble existing Korean or German brands. The US accounts for about 30% of all imports of Chinese household appliances. On the whole, air conditioners, TV sets, washing machines and refrigerators of Chinese origin are especially popular throughout the world. How to avoid paying extra for household appliances? And when will consumers use robots at their homes? The market is offering a great variety of household appliances. Now let's take an example with a washing machine. The necessary functions include spinning with 1000 to 1200 revolutions per minute, a display reflecting washing regimes and timer, 90-degree wash, as well as A and A+ energy efficiency class. Alternative functions are colored display screen, which in fact does not affect the quality of washing, and tumble dryer. You can easily do without it, especially if you have a place at home for hanging out the laundry. Moreover, this will help you to save quite a lot of energy. Robots instead of household appliances. For comparison, 2 years ago we could only imagine home assistants like these. Nowadays, they are in the midst of us. Manufacturers are creating smart appliances in the proper sense of the word. One example is a robot refrigerator. A user has just to call it and the device will move to the necessary room. Such inventions are not available for broad masses but are expected to appear in shops in the near future. Indeed, the interest towards intellectual devices is growing throughout the world. Thus, according to HIS market research company, about 80 million smart devices were sold last year all over the world. This is 64% more than in 2015. Analysts predict that this tendency will continue, and by the end of 2017, sales of smart household appliances will reach 130 million units.